So guys, $30,000 and other valuables vanished in an EFCC office in Nigeria. Previously, they used to tell us that termites ate money, snakes swallow money. This time, it's a human being, an operative of the EFCC, took $30,000 and other valuables and disappeared, never returned back to work again. So guys, this story is somehow. You need to sit down, relax, and see how Rufai and his colleagues, how they analyzed this headline. It's really, really so shocking to see that the financial crime, the EFCC that we know that is there to fight corruption, is now the one portraying corruption. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this video. Honestly, this is really, really so embarrassing. No wonder no country is taking us serious. Look at all the deals that the new American president has secured. I mean, investors trooping into the USA. And for Nigeria, since Trouuble take over, we don't see any investor coming into Nigeria. It's because of all these things. I mean, it's because of all these things. Just take a look for yourself.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is at the center of a fresh scandal after an officer in its Kaduna zonal office reportedly vanished with $30,000 and other valuables. The officer, only known as Polycrap, was said to have disappeared during an audit ordered by Zonal Director Benedict Ubi. Well, according to The Guardian, insiders at EFCC, who are anonymous, claim that Polycrap stepped out of the exhibit room citing an excuse, but he never returned. His phone lines were later found switched off. This incident comes on the heels of another internal crisis where 10 EFCC officers in Lagos were detained over missing items, including gold bars reportedly worth 1 billion naira and foreign currencies. Ayo, we saw this story. I mean, it was around January 8th where EFCC had reported that they were investigating 10 of his officers at this point. Yeah. But I mean, the EFCC has not said anything about this gentleman called Polycrap. We're waiting to hear from them. But let's take a reaction following this story. This is from Sophia, who wrote, "It's disheartening to see corruption undermine trust, especially in institutions meant to uphold integrity. It raises questions about oversight and accountability. Let's hope this serves as a wake-up call for better systems in place." Actually, that's the right point. Better systems in place. Yes. What was happening at the time? Yes. I mean, there's an audit room. How is it possible that somebody can vanish?
There are no better systems.
Vanish. No systems in place. That's really what it is.
Fairness. Around the world, there are people who find a way to manipulate their ways around the system. We know about even big scandals have happened in international investment banks, people being able to find a way to sidestep the system. But one thing, the reason why this is a big deal is because we found that the system is quite porous. The EFCC chairman himself said that there were bad eggs within and corrupt officials within the EFCC. However, would you cancel an entire agency as a result of let me not say one or two, hundreds, tens or hundreds of bad eggs? Absolutely not. I think what should happen, as was suggested in that last post, is strengthening the systems, understanding where the loopholes are, even if it has to mean bringing in consultants to come in to evaluate the system and procedures and processes within the EFCC. Because when we hear news like this, it erodes confidence in the ability or the strength of such an institute, of such an agency. And I think it looks really bad for them in terms of even the press for them. It's really bad. But the second next thing, finally, is to ensure that this officer who has absconded is apprehended and brought to book and made to refund that $30,000.
Rufai, you're a data specialist.
No, so me, I'm even shocked. At first, is it that EFCC is not even tracking the phone of people that are meant to go into very sensitive offices and materials like that to encounter? Secondly, there's a security background check on all these employers and scanning. So at a time like this, you can't just come and say, the phone didn't go through. Your security background check should be able to know 5 or 6 people that will call that will be related to him. He should be up and running for questioning and all of that. Yeah, you should be able to infiltrate your own personal systems of your own officials to be able to get their correspondence and everything. I mean, we spend big, huge money on data software and things like that from the Israelis and the likes, I mean, you should be able to infiltrate your own people to be able to know this. So it shouldn't even be a problem. There are technologies on ground that even if his phone is off at a point in time, people will still be able to track him to the last part it was when the phone was on. Yeah. So EFCC should get to work. I know, this is a sensational issue, but they should not make it sensational. Data and information should solve all of this.
All right, we're waiting to hear from the EFCC.
Is that the EFCC under Olukoyede has been very firm in saying that he's not just investigating economic and financial crimes, he's also torchlighting his own officers.
His own officers, yes.
Before now, I think there were some 10 officers that were dismissed, arrested. This just shows the fact that this story is out there is that the EFCC itself under the gentleman that is there now is doing internal cleansing. So the EFCC is not just watching you, it's also watching its own men. Men inherited by this latest chairman. And I think that, there's something to be said positively about that. That EFCC officials are not saints coming from heaven to come and investigate other people.
Well, it happens everywhere in the world. Really.
The investigator, the watchman is watching himself. Cui ipso custodis, as it is in Latin as a principle.
Well said,
Who
Dr.
will watch the watchman? The watchman watching itself, I think it's a good development.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. So in case you don't know, Donald Trump is now the American president. And just the first day of his inauguration, second day of his inauguration, you need to see investors trooping in. I watched a Japanese tycoon who came to say he's going to invest $500 billion in the United States. I now saw that Saudi Arabia said they are going to pump in $600 billion into the USA. Nigerians, what are we doing? Who did this to us? Trouuble is busy using taxpayers' money traveling around the world and is going to look for investors. You don't need to go look for investors. Investors should come look for you. When you do the right thing, you allow elections to be done in a credible manner. Investors will come look for you. Look at what is happening in the USA. Donald Trump, second day in office, has attracted investors coming in, pumping in trillions of dollars into the United States economy. This is what leadership is all about. It's not in the mouth. Now we have the EFCC. Their official will just enter the office, vanish with valuables. This is how they've been selling some of the proceeds they get from people. They will tell you are corrupt, they will seize your house, they will seize your vehicle, they will seize your... Then it will just... Those things will disappear within them. Nigerians, who did this to us? Who did this to us? So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.